Welcome back, Power Automate enthusiast. Today we are diving into something that will take your automation game to the next level: variables. If flows are the actions, variables are the memory, the brains behind the operation. So grab your thinking caps because you are about to get variable. So, what exactly variables are? Think of them as a little storage unit within your flow. They hold on to data for you, keeping it safe and sound until you need it. Whether you are dealing with text, number, array, or even collection of data, variable can handle it all. They are the secret sauce that makes your flows dynamic and flexible. And let's be honest, who doesn't like a bit of flexibility? Now, you might be thinking, why bother with variables? Well, let me tell you, they are like the reusable bags of Power Automate. They allow you to store data temporarily, so you don't have to keep fetching it every time you need it. Plus, they help make your flow more efficient and easier to manage. Imagine trying to bake a cake but having to grab ingredients from the fridge every time you need them. Variables are like having everything prepped and ready to go. Makes life so much easier, right? Let's create a Power Automate flow. Click on Create, Instant Cloud Flows, Manually Trigger Flow, and Create. Click here, add an action, and type your variable. Okay, now we can see all the actions related to variable here. Here are all actions related to variables, but we are going to use this initialize variable first. Click on this initialize variable. Okay, now let's see all the properties of initialize variable. We can give a name to our variable, and here are the data types of variable. So we have got a string for text, integer for number, whole numbers, we can say float for decimals, or booleans for those yes no or true false situation, and array for when you have whole collection of items to manage. It is like having toolbox with all the right tools. You wouldn't use a hammer to tighten a screw, right? Alright, enough talk. Let's get our hands dirty with a demo. In this scenario, we are going to create a variable to store the total of task duration from SharePoint list. It's like writing the hours on sticky notes and using it throughout your process. So let's roll up your sleeves and start automating. Now, I have created a SharePoint list that tracks tasks, including a column for estimated duration in hours of each task. Now I want to create a flow that calculates the total estimate duration for all of the tasks in my SharePoint list. Let's go back to flow. First of all, I'm going to change the name of this Power Automate flow. So I'm going to rename it to calculate the total of task duration in SP list. Okay, yep, that's fine. Now initialize variable. So what I'm going to name my variable, I'm going to name it var total duration. Okay, and the type is going to be float. Yeah, and I'm going to also name it initialize variable var total duration. Next action. So next action will be add an action and get items, and it will be from a SharePoint list, SharePoint connector. Click on get items, and yep, now we can see the site address. We need to provide the site address. So my site address is this one, Voxtus dev, and list name is this one, project task. Project task. Okay. This get item project task. So it is going to retrieve all the tasks from SharePoint list. This SharePoint list project task. Now we are going to add an action. Add an action. Increment variable under variables. Click on name, and then we are going to select our initialize variable from here, where total duration and value is going to be from our last action, and it will be from get items project task estimate duration in hours. Okay, now it will go inside for each. Once we will select this estimate duration in the value of where total duration. Now what will happen, it will loop through each of the tasks in SharePoint list and add the duration of current task to the total duration variable. Now we are going to add an action here, and we are going to use send email. Send email, and we are going to use this Office 365 Outlook connector and send an email v2. Click on this, send an email to admin. Okay, that's fine. And 2, I'm going to send it to Voxtus myself, and subject is going to be total estimated task duration. Okay, and in body high, the total estimated duration for all tasks is. Now we are going to use this variable where total duration, because now all the duration we have added inside this variable using the increment variable action. Okay, increment variable. Yep. And hours. Thanks. Hi, the total estimated duration for all tasks is the hours from variable and hours. Okay, now I'm going to save this, and let's quickly test our Power Automate flow. No error, and okay, there is one warning. I'm going to ignore this warning for now and test test and run flow. Done. So our Power Automate flow ran successfully. Now I am going to check my email. Just click on Outlook, and I can see I have received an email. Let's see total estimated hours. Okay, hi, the total estimated duration for all tasks is 150 hours. Now if you calculate all these hours, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, the addition of all these tasks is 150. That's correct. So our variable worked perfectly fine. Before we wrap up, let's go over some tips and best practices. Name your variable clearly. Trust me, future you will thank you. Initialize them at the start of your flow to avoid any hiccups later on. And remember, just because you can use variable doesn't mean you always should. Keep your flows clean and lean. After all, nobody likes a cluttered workspace, right? Thanks for sticking around and learning about variables today with me. Remember, variables are your friends. They are here to make your life easier. If you have any questions or need help with anything we have covered today, don't hesitate to reach out. We are always here to help you on Power Automate journey. There is a lot more automation fun coming your way. And if you are enjoying the series, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips and tricks. Thanks.